I've literally made tens of thousands of dollars in speaking engagements directly from social media. If you want to know how you can start getting speaking engagements, getting booked and paid thousands of dollars, even $10,000 plus to speak on stages, the key thing you need to know is where to market yourself and how to leverage social media. Social media is where business happens. You've heard me say this before. It's the new marketplace. It's not brick and mortar anymore. Yes, business still happens there, but primarily event planners, your ideal customers, your ideal clients, they're using social media. Are you listening? So start using social media, and here's how you leverage social media to get those paid speaking engagements. And let me also say this, not just paid speaking engagements, because it depends on where you're at in your journey, in your business. You may not be at a place where you've really established yourself, so maybe for you it's free speaking engagements. I started out, did a couple free speaking engagements, but I took off pretty quick in getting paid, and a lot of that was due to social media. So how do you use social media and leverage it to get paid speaking engagements or speaking engagements in general? Number one is you have to create content. Create a ton of content. Here's why. You want to post on Facebook, you want to post on Instagram, you want to use Snapchat, you want to post on Twitter, YouTube especially, because event planners, they're looking in two places primarily. They're looking at Google, the number one search engine, and then what's the number two search engine? YouTube. And here's why they look on Google and YouTube. Google's an obvious one. They want to find out who's out there. So they search social media speaker, motivational speaker, whatever it is. Then they look on YouTube, and often they'll find links on YouTube if you put your content out there for speakers that will link over to YouTube. They'll find it on Google and they'll link over to YouTube because they want to see the product, and the product is your talk. It's you on stage. It's you delivering your content, your thought leadership. And that's another key thing, is you want to leverage social media to position yourself as a thought leader. When corporations, when organizations bring in speakers, they don't just want entertainment. If you're that type of speaker, you're a mentalist or you're a magician, you're a comedian, then it's more entertainment, but they also want substance. And you have to showcase what the substance is. Now, when I talk, I like to say I'm a combination of Tony Robbins and Kevin Hart. So I bring the depth, I bring the substance, but there's also a lot of humor. When I spoke in the youth market primarily, the feedback I got all of the time was, AJ, you're entertaining and you're educational, because I gave both, and that was intentional. But what I did was I started to put content out there of my thoughts on the topic I spoke on, which was personal success. And now I'm more focused on personal branding, social media, and entrepreneurship, those three categories. So you need to realize, number one, where the event planners, where your client is looking. They're looking on Google, they're looking on YouTube, and then they look on other social media platforms. They find your Facebook page, and so on and so forth. Number two, you have to create content and consistently post content. I recommend daily, multiple times a day. I'm at the point now where I'm posting on every social media platform that I use, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and now I'm starting to focus on Twitter and LinkedIn. I'm posting every single day. And on YouTube, I'll be posting multiple times a day because I want to do the very thing that you need to do. Continue positioning yourself as a thought leader by putting your thoughts out there. You need to put out what you think about success, how you motivate yourself. Because when your prospective client is looking to bring you in as a speaker, they want to know, does this person know what the heck they're talking about? And if you put out a ton of content, you give them a lot to look at. And then when you get a speaking engagement, get video of it, get a photographer, get a videographer, and then take that and post that on YouTube, post that on your Facebook page. So to leverage social media to get speaking engagements, whether they're free or they're paid, you've got to put out a ton of content, but be specific to the topics you speak on. And don't be super broad. Be specific to 2 or 3 key topics. I speak on personal branding, social media, and entrepreneurship, but they all fit together in a way that makes sense. I teach clients, I teach audiences, corporations how to build a VIP personal brand and deploy that brand across social media. And in doing that, I'm an entrepreneur, so it all fits together. You've got to find a specific space and become an expert in that space and put your expertise out there on social media so that you can be found. Your website, your Facebook page, your YouTube page, all of those things. Do that and people will find you, people will refer you. I've been referred for speaking engagements just because of the consistent value I put out there on social media. So do that, leverage it, start to market yourself, start to reach out to these events, these seminars, these corporations, and when they look to see who you are and what you're about, they find your social media, they find your content, and they know that you're the person to book for that event.